Well, welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. That's my old school. I went there when I was a little kid, and it's related to Star Frontiers. We're doing a Star Frontiers video here. In fact, specifically, we're talking about the frontier itself, the very map that Star Frontiers, the frontier, all the worlds, all the stars take place in, the campaign. There was a thing that occurred to me 40 years ago, and it involved where I used to live, my old school. This is a road called Maddox in Richmond in British Columbia. This road has a very deep connection for me personally, not only because I used to live right up that road over there, but also because of Star Frontiers. And I want to go through some math with you, if you'll bear with me. So, about 40 years ago, I was looking at the map, and I thought to myself, hey, on the map, each square here is 1 light year across, right? And you've got all the different star systems that we all know from their campaigns. And I did some calculating. In fact, I've got my notes with me right here. Each of these squares, being 1 light year across, that means that the number of squares from side to side, there are 44 of them. So the map of the frontier is 44 light years across. This entire piece of paper in the rule book, now I've taken a photocopy here for simplicity's sake, but in the book, this map is 23 centimeters across. And I started thinking, okay, if the frontier is 23 centimeters across, according to this scale, how big is the rest of the galaxy? So I did some math. If the Milky Way galaxy that we live in is 100,000 light years across, and this thing is 44 light years across, that means that the Milky Way galaxy is 2,273 times bigger than this map. All right, you with me so far? So this little section of space, if you were to stamp this out of a real galaxy, the galaxy that this takes place in is 2,273 times. This piece of paper would fit into the galaxy that it is in. So, given that this piece of paper is 23 centimeters wide, I thought, how big is that if we took that measurement? What is 23 centimeters times 2,273? Well, it's 523 meters. Maddox Road that we are on is just a bit over that, 599 meters. So I thought to myself, wait a minute, as a kid, if I took this map and I placed it on Maddox Road, that's how big the galaxy is that the frontier takes place in. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to put the frontier on Maddox Road that I grew up on, because when I was younger, I thought the galaxy it takes place in is the length of Maddox Road. So join me as I do that right now. Anyway, thank you very much for humoring me. This was a thing I thought about back in the 80s. It's like, how big is the frontier? How big is the galaxy that the frontier is in? It's the length of Maddox. I'm kind of happy to have finally ticked that box. I always thought about it. Anyway, that's it. Be a little bit more normal Star Frontiers videos coming very soon. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.